All they would do in their free time is have sex loudly and play the violin.
Oh my God, what a combination. Hello, welcome to the Joy Agenda podcast, the podcast all about joy. I'm Hannah Campbell.
I am Jay Lafferty, and today in the Monkey Barrel podcasting studio we have comic, musician, all-round good guy, it's Huge Davies!
Hello, hi guys, how you doing? Couldn't have picked the worst person to come on a podcast called The Joy Agenda. Just trying to understand what that emotion even is.
The emotion of joy.
Yeah, for sure. They're crazy. Crazy to even think of me to do this. It feels like tough mudder for my brain.
I love that. No, I mean, come on, you bring joy.
Oh yeah, I bring joy, but I don't take any of that with me. You know, I'm purely a provider.
But I mean, that's like a thing, isn't it? Because you are a lot of comics. We have a variety of mental health concerns.
Yes.
Many comics have depression. Many comics have low serotonin.
This is a rumour. It is a rumour. This isn't true. This doesn't sound familiar at all.
But it's a weird thing because, like, we're in the business of joy. But yeah, quite often.
What's weird about it is that sometimes you can be like, you have to perform, right? But it's like, sometimes you're like completely in the worst mood to like, I remember when I was about to do a tour show recently, but I was just like, I think I was just so annoyed at something. But I started to go out and do like an hour and a half show, but you just got to put it on. It's quite weird I don't think normally in another, like a job in which you're like working in kind of like an office situation, or like you could just kind of like shut yourself away for a bit.
Yeah.
You really have to just do it. Everyone's looking at you.
Yeah.
Having a bad day, basically.
And the audience often they can tell as well. So it's really, you have to like fake it.
Oh, it's all about faking it. But
Yeah.
do you ever have that thing, it happens to me quite a lot, where I'm like, oh, I cannot be bothered. Like, I just feel, maybe it's been a shitty day or whatever, and then you get on stage and by the time I come off, I'm in a good mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it feels like, oh, I've healed myself.
I normally never feel, once I'm on stage, I normally feel fine. But I think anything before that, I can be like, I never want to get on that stage ever again.
It's kind of, because they say that, isn't it? Like doctor stage and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it works for sickness and all of its, like, in the brain as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you always feel better when you come off, but then I feel like you then, if you're sick, or you then crash hard like an hour later. I find like you feel fine when you come off, and then if you're sick, you'll be like, oh my God, this was just delayed.
Yeah. Have you ever been really sick but still managed to do like your hour show, like maybe at the Fringe, or have you ever, because like Amy Matthews, I remember, had really severe food poisoning once, but managed to do her set.
I've had food poisoning
right up to it. Did a set and then puked right after.
Oh my God.
I've had food poisoning on this tour. Like I had it for like a week, and I actually threw up in my mouth on stage.
Oh no!
And then I swallowed it.
Oh no!
But no one knew.
Professional.
I told them at the end. I was like, "Do you remember that bit where I just like paused for like 5 seconds in the middle of a sentence?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Because I threw up in my mouth and then ate it."
Oh no!
And I did that.
Actually getting the pure
Yeah. Yeah, I did that. I was ill for Fringe for like 5 days, but it was like I had to cancel 7 shows. I think because my voice went.
Right,
it was like almost like it was out of my hands. Like I would normally perform no matter what. I don't think I've ever really cancelled from illness. But when you don't have a voice, and you're doing like 25 shows or whatever it is, you need to recover, I guess.
You do. So you don't have the choice. I had no voice for the recording of my special.
That's right.
Which is still not out yet because I've still never watched the final edit.
You're doing voiceover for it. I would do. Yeah.
I might need to.
Dub
apparently
it.
it's okay.
Full EDR the whole thing.
I just sound really sexy. Apparently. So
Oh
I've been
no,
told.
not that. No, not on your special. That's a disaster.
But like on that whole Doctor Stage thing, I was so sick, and obviously I'd spent so much money on the special. I'd sold all the tickets. It was during Glasgow Comedy Festival. It was the biggest like venue I'd ever done as a solo artist, and I was like, well, I just have to do this. Mm-hmm. And my husband kept going, I mean, you could just not do this and reschedule. And I'm like, no, it just needs to happen. It just needs to. And I got through it. I didn't enjoy any of it, which was a shame because I was really looking forward to it. And then the next day, I just crashed hard. Like I had no voice. I had absolutely no voice. And I think it was just the adrenaline that was like stopping me from having no voice on the day. Like, it was just like, I need to do this.
Yeah, you would have just pushed through and then it's just...
And now it's over a year later and I've still not released the actual special. Just ridiculous.
Why not? You should release it. You
Yeah. I need
make it like reinvent yourself as the sexiest comedian.
It's not even because I was sick that I've not released it. It is sheer, what do you call, like, you know, when you are so paralysed with a project that you just
Oh yeah,
don't do
every,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm
every,
in that. I'm
everything
in
I've
that
ever done.
space.
The only reason that Edinburgh gets done is because I have to.
Yes.
It's booked in. You have to do it.
Yeah,
If,
that's
if they were like, you
Deadlines.
just do that. You just do Edinburgh Fringe whenever you want to.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that for 10 years.
So true.
Yeah.
If we had no deadlines, comics wouldn't do anything. Like,
Yeah.
Wouldn't do
you need
anything.
the hard. We need the hard deadlines.
I
to
had
do
that
it.
thing this week though. I don't know if you did the same. So the for people who have not involved with the Fringe who are listening or watching, the Edinburgh Fringe, like at this time of the year, so we're in May. The Out of Hand, who are like the mafia of the postering in Edinburgh, they
Yeah.
own all the posters. They open up their thing, like, so you can go in and start buying the marketing that you want. And I sat this week for 3 hours just staring at it and eventually went, I'm not buying anything. I
yeah.
literally just went, do you know what?
Look-
Everything that I look at, I keep thinking, I had that year and that didn't really seem to make a difference. If I had that, did that make the difference or was it this that made the difference? And then I just went, yeah, not doing it. So yeah, I've been paralysed a lot.
That's
with
also a good
decisions.
attitude. You can just and then just be like, actually, I'm not making a decision. I don't
Yeah, I'm
want
just
to have
not
that.
doing
Yeah,
it.
fuck it.
But then I'll walk around with like, I also think a lot of the thing about the posters in Edinburgh, particularly the big one, is not so much for people to see it, it's for people to see you standing next to it on your Instagram.
Yeah.
Like that is the
That's
main
why
reason.
I make fake images.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I make so many fake images
It's a great idea.
of me next to billboards of my poster.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a
idea.
huge. I'm gonna do a huge this year.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna do the obligatory. I'm actually just gonna stand next to your poster.
Yeah.
I give myself everything. I give myself 8 reviews. I give myself, you know, I think people, I get 5-star reviews, but they're from, you know, Kim Jong Un or whatever. People don't read the text. They go, 5 stars. It's like, for many people don't understand the difference between Broadway Baby and I don't know, and
Broadway.
like Nazi Germany. But you wouldn't even like. No one looks at the thing.
No, it's so true.
But yeah,
Broadway boo boo.
Broadway Boo Boo. Yeah.
Well, that's it. Just game the system. That's what we'll all do this year.
I love that. There was a particular comedic. Do I call them a news outlet? Online outlet who one year went through people's posters and called out people who had lied on their posters.
No.
Oh, really?
That's brutal.
Yeah, it was about maybe. See, I'm going to say it was about 6 years ago, which probably means it was about 15 years ago. But one year they did that. They went through it and they were like, this quote we can't find anywhere where this quote came from. It says it's from the Scotsman. They've never been reviewed by the Scotsman. And you're just like,
What a
this
vindictive.
is hard enough.
I know. What a vindictive journalist that's like, today I shall not spread joy. I'm going to go through and wreck these people's fringes.
It was actually me. I did that.
Yeah.
I was honestly, that was me. I'm
that's fair
clean
enough,
about
actually.
that. Yeah, I hate other comedians so much. It's a competition, and we should just be aware of that. A lot of people don't know that it's competition listening, but it's a huge competition.
It's a huge competition.
And I'm winning. I don't want to get on top of that.
Do you want to win?
I want to win.
By all
No.
means.
By any means
By
necessary.
any means necessary. Fake reviews, fake posters.
This is my podcast. I'm taking over. You guys are gone.
With these numbers, you can have it.
Yeah.
Tell you what.
I slide across like a review that you guys have faked. So what interesting about that? You
Yeah,
keep
there's
saying,
actually a sting, so
Yeah,
we
yeah,
need
yeah.
to-
So you've mentioned already, but you're on tour at the moment. How's it been going? What's been your favourite? Have you had a favourite place that you've done so far? Have you had a least favourite place? I mean, the place where you threw up in your own mouth was probably not in the top
Yeah.
list.
Was that a good show? Despite the mouth throwing up?
No. No, not at all. I'm so sorry, Salford.
Oh,
You know, the good people of Manchester and Salford were not happy. No, they were happy. It's just I guess when you're throwing up in your mouth, when you're like doing a show and you're like normally when you're doing a show, your like main energy kind of is towards like providing a good show for everyone and like being in the room and judging what to do but when you're doing that, but your main energy is like trying not to throw up, the show isn't good. Like it's not good. Like I didn't do a good job at Salford, but I've had you know what, most of the dates have been really good, to be honest. Like a very few of them were not good, I'd say. Very few, and I'm not going to name them because they know who they are.
They know what they did.
They know what they did. But like I'd say like all of them are pretty good. And tonight's actually the last one.
Is this your last day of your tour?
Yeah. Well, apart from the London one. But yeah, this is the last night.
Well, congratulations, making it to the end.
Yeah, we're making it. Yeah.
Yeah. How are you
way to
feeling now
phrase
it's coming to the end?
Yeah, I'm kind of relieved to say. Well, it's like I love the show, but to say that I've been saying the same thing for months now.
I think does. It gets a lot. I feel
it's crazy. It makes me feel crazy.
It does. It makes you feel a little bit like Groundhog Day, right?
Yeah. It's like, but it's worse in Edinburgh when it's the same room, same time, same tech, same everything.
Yeah.
Same like before and after of the gig. The same people coming out of the rooms at the same time.
Yeah.
There is a different version of it where you're going to a different city, but it's sort of the same. It's quite weird. Yeah.
I found that when I finished my tour, so I'd been doing basically the same show for nearly 2 years between work in progresses, the Fringe, then the tour. So it was nearly 2 years. And I was so glad. I remember the last show was in Newcastle, the stand in Newcastle. And I came off stage and I was just like, I never have to say that in that order ever again.
Yeah.
And it felt like a release. So you'll maybe get that release tonight, but then you do have to do it in London.
I have to do it again in London.
How many are you doing in London?
Just one.
Oh,
It's an extra day. So I've done some ones for London before, and then we added an extra day on at the end. So
cool.
Yeah.
And have you already started working on the next thing?
Yeah, I'm doing a work in progress for Edinburgh.
For Edinburgh.
cool.
For Edinburgh.
For the
yeah.
full month?
Yeah, I'm doing for the full month. Yeah, I'm doing a new hour every day. So
You're doing a new hour every day?
Yeah.
Entirely?
Trying to, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of semi-improvised. That's the thing. It's like, but yeah, it's.
But
Yeah.
I love how that's a work in progress. So you're hoping that out of the 26 dates that you're doing, that at least you'll get a joke from each show.
Well, I guess it's like I'm trying to like do a new style of show of like I'm very written and I'm trying to like do more stuff that's kind of off the cuff. And I just was like, oh, the best place to do that is Edinburgh, where there's loads of people, there's loads of gigs basically.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, well, I'll just do it I'll just say it's a work in progress and try and work on it every day. And by the end, I guess that from Edinburgh, I always think that the only reason we're up here is to become better comedians.
Yeah.
And that's what my aim is to do, is to become better at that. Because I don't really talk to many people in the crowd, and I was like, I want to see if I can do a whole hour of it. And if I can't, then I can't.
But see,
But I will by the end, I imagine.
I love that. Like you and I have had this conversation before about like if you set yourself a goal for Edinburgh, like an achievable goal, not winning the award.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like everybody's like, I'm going to win the award.
like,
no,
okay.
you're not. Well, somebody has to, I guess. But like I think just that thing of like an achievable goal for Edinburgh, where you feel like, yeah, it's something that's building your career. Like it is, as you say, like making you better.
Yeah.
So this one is just interacting with your audiences.
Yeah, it's like I've yet to like figure it out, but I've been practicing on tour because I do it for the first half and it's quite fun. But I don't know if I can do it for an hour, but I'm going to give it a go.
Yay.
But after 26 hours of it, you're going to be crowd work master.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
What have you called it?
Well, so it's called a work in progress show. Yeah.
That's what it says on the tin.
Yeah. So it's just I think it just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah,
You
just
know,
totally.
just rolls
Nobody
off
else
the
has
tongue.
got that. Oh, wait.
But yeah, Edinburgh's the perfect place to do that, and you'll hopefully have a really fun, different Fringe this time. If you've done more written stuff leading up to now, and hopefully you'll just
Yeah, it's
enjoy
like
yourself.
very on the tracks normally. So it just start with nothing, every day. Hopefully, that would be. It could be like the worst month of my life.
Well,
But it also
well-
could be the best month of my life. I don't really know. But it was like it's just it's sort of that's exciting.
We'll have
to me.
to like remind ourselves to do a little backstage with Huge halfway through the Fringe just to see if he's where he's at mentally.
Yeah.
So we do little kind of green room things now and again, just as extras. So I think
Yeah.
during the Fringe we'll pop down like,
Yeah.
how's it going?
Catch
yeah,
up.
Definitely.
Great. Well, we'll ask you the question why we
Okay,
brought you here
cool.
today. Tell us, what brings you joy?
YouTube.
Solid answer.
Yeah.
Do you think we've ever had you?
I don't think we've ever had YouTube.
Just absolutely slogging out, getting on YouTube. You know,
And what are you watching
such a
on YouTube?
reward at the end of the day
Yeah.
to get into bed, get the laptop out. People say you can't have the laptop in bed. I know that, obviously. We all know that. As if people go like, oh, it's actually not healthy to have the laptop. Yeah, I know. It doesn't. You think I feel healthy with a laptop in bed watching YouTube videos on my chest as the light sends me to sleep? I wake up on a different video, like 40 videos in, where it's like conspiracy theories about the moon. I know that it's not healthy. It's not a normal person. It's
I
life.
mean, I think it kind of is quite normal.
Oh, is it quite normal? Is that relatable?
I think most people, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have a wee bit of a YouTube binge. So what's your video of choice? Are you...
Where do you
Crazy.
start?
I feel I'd start with just what's been given me to master algorithm.
Okay.
My mistress, my wife.
You
That's
just-
my wife. My
Just
algorithm.
put your hands up to
Yeah,
the algorithm.
what's she serving me today?
Okay.
Oh, look, she's serving me an ant video. Ooh, ant. There's a few things that for some reason I watch like a five-a-side football team
Cool.
quite a lot. I like they're called the Five Guys, and they're I think like 10.
They eat fries.
Nice guys.
constantly,
Yeah, they're
run
not-
around
yeah,
with
they're
very
not great.
expensive burgers.
Yeah, they're pretty unwell actually. They're not. They just have a football team and they play every weekend, but they just edit the videos together really nicely, and they're just nice boys. They're like 19, I think, and they're just nice guys, and they just play football together, and they're
Nice.
just great. I watch them. Also, what else do I watch? I used to watch some gross things, but I don't watch anymore. I used to watch those pimple popper. You know?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
I am.
You're in?
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, okay,
I'm
cool.
in. I'm
Yeah,
in on
yeah.
that.
Doesn't it just make you feel sick?
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, no.
Sometimes I've typed YouTube and like disgusting into YouTube just to see.
Just to see what comes up.
Yeah, just at my lowest point, just type in something crazy like disgusting into YouTube. Top 20 videos are gonna ruin your day.
That's going to be my sleep playlist. There we go.
Yeah,
Top
yeah, yeah.
disgusting.
It's the ones where they're like pushing and then they've got like the tweezer things and then they pull something out. And
Yeah.
it goes on for so long that you're like,
Yeah.
surely that's been edited. Nothing is that.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
I mean, you need to go on YouTube. You need to get typing disgusting into. That's nothing. That's like a sorbet, and it looks like a sorbet too. to what you could be looking at.
Oh my God.
I don't know
That's
if I'm as
entry
brave
level.
to put in disgusting.
I watched a video called "The 20 Most Disgusting Foods on the Planet." My
Oh.
God. You know what? You know what number one was?
What?
So the other food, I probably can't say what the food isn't because it's just going to send people over the edge
Right.
when you listen to this. But you know what the number one top most disgusting food was?
What?
Haggis.
That is outrageous.
That's completely outrageous.
Outrageous.
Yeah.
Haggis is
'Cause haggis
delicious.
tastes amazing.
Yeah.
Cheese maggots was 13.
What?
Do you know what I mean? Cheese maggots.
These are
No.
people. I
Yeah.
feel like offended for our.
This was
How dare
racist.
they? It
It
is racist.
Because it's like not that bad at all.
I mean, it's awful. Nobody needs to think about what it is, really. I
But
mean,
then
it
it's
is in a sheep's stomach, but
But then what's the difference between eating like
But
a
that's-
leg joint and a stomach, really, if you're going to eat an animal? Right? So
Do you think
fine.
it's the packaging? Do you think it's the packaging that makes people
Maybe.
go freak out?
Yeah.
But I never get it in the package, really. You
No.
get it
You get it
as
in
it
a
comes
as
wrapped up. You
Yeah.
don't pick up a sheep's stomach in the supermarket. You know, it's all just
it's all done properly. I don't know. I don't really understand people's issue with haggis.
No, I don't either.
Also, I get quite annoyed because you're like veggie haggis. People go, vegetarians love veggie haggis.
What's in veggie haggis?
Exactly.
Chickpeas and
I have no idea.
sawdust.
It's not like it's like bacon and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
George is looking at me. Are you a veggie, George? They make it without oats and they make it with oats and lentils.
Just eat oats and lentils then. But
George is like, don't bring me into the joy
George, I'm coming
agenda.
you really hard there. Apologies. Yeah, no, I don't really get when it's like, if you don't want to eat meat, why do you want? It's like, oh, it tastes just like bacon. It's like, well, if you don't, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like if you're being vegetarian, I was
But
vegetarian for a long time.
But if you're veg, it's not that you don't like it. No vegetarian is denying that bacon doesn't taste good.
That's true.
But they're just going, I'm stopping bacon, but I'd love to have bacon.
Give me some bacon,
Yeah.
some soy.
It's not. I mean, there's no faking bacon.
No.
Like
There's no good one.
there's no good one. No.
I think bacon's overrated, personally.
What?
This is like controversial, but I just
This is
think
the most
bacon's.
controversial thing we've heard.
Yeah.
I don't think bacon's that good. Sausages are better than bacon.
I do enjoy sausages. I'm a sausage.
If you're having a full Scottish, full English, wherever you're from, you don't need the bacon on there. You really don't need two types of pork on that plate. If you just have, I pick a sausage over bacon every single time.
Would you?
Yeah, 100%.
No, sometimes I'm just really in a mood for a bacon butty. Like
Yeah.
I think it's the smell of bacon.
So
Sausages
that's
don't
what I'm
smell
saying.
as
I think
good.
it's a smell of bacon that makes bacon really good.
So if
The
we could
smell
get
of bacon-
sausages that smell like bacon, you'd be
Yeah,
on board.
yeah. You cook the sausages in bacon fat.
Do you think then by
then-
that sort of standard, if you're cooking normal bacon, right?
Yeah.
And you give somebody the faking bacon,
Mm-hmm.
that they're actually still just getting the bacon hit, even though they're not getting the bacon product, just from the smell.
maybe.
Maybe.
If the smell is the best part. I've confused myself. with
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's difficult, isn't it?
So fake bacon, yeah. Well, maybe. I don't really. I'm a fan of a square sausage.
I'm not a fan of a
You
square
don't-
sausage.
Yeah, I do
It's
like
very
it. I like a
un-Scottish
square
of me.
sausage. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It is. It's like and I'm a, as you know, very patriotic person.
Yes.
But that's where I draw the line.
No,
I don't like it.
What's the official name for the square sausage again? It's called
Lauren sausage.
yeah.
yeah,
Lawn
lawn
sausage.
sausage. Yeah, they should just call it square sausage.
Just call it
You know,
square
in the Greggs over here, they've got the lawn sausage. Like people don't know what that is.
No, just call it square.
Just call it square
we're
sausage.
we're simple people. Just. I've never had deep fried haggis though. Have you had deep fried haggis before?
I must have. I've had haggis balls.
Yeah, true.
Which are pretty much
That's actually
deep
number
fried.
one on the
That's
most
what
disgusting
it was.
food.
The haggis balls.
Haggis balls. No, no. Number two haggis. Number one haggis balls.
But there's like,
Because it's
have you ever tried? No, I'm trying to remember what this actually is. I think it's fermented fish. It's like it's an Icelandic thing, but I think there's also a Spanish and Portuguese version of it, and that's supposed to be one of the most disgusting foods. But it's actually just the smell of it. Like that actually, it's fermented fish.
Right.
But you can't. There's a no. I
No,
can't. I
dive
think
in.
it's in Iceland. You're not allowed to eat it indoors.
That's probably a good rule.
Yeah.
If you order it in a restaurant, you have to be sitting outside. Like it's so smelly, it's so bad.
I'm aware of this. Yeah,
What's
I think
the-
I have a friend from there who says, yeah, I think that's true. You're not allowed to have it inside.
You're not allowed to have it inside because
Yeah.
it smells so bad.
Yeah, that's true. I think just no fish inside in general. Like no, if you're eating no tuna sandwiches on the train, no microwaving fish in the office.
I disagree. As a big pescatarian.
You're microwaving fish right now in here. It stinks. That place
What's
stinks.
that fruit that really stinks? That's always is it
Durian.
durian? That's
Because
it.
I'm my family's Indonesian. I'm not Indonesian. My family's Indonesian. Yeah, you love it. Have you ever smelled that before?
No, I've not, but I've heard it's.
It's kind of like it smells like rotting food, basically. It smells like, but I think it's like a thing of it's like a mental barrier. Once you have it and you like it, you kind of learn to enjoy it. It's like petrol. So if you smell petrol the first time, you'll be like, that's crazy. But like after time, you're like, actually, I think that might be the best smell of all time.
I still hate the smell of petrol, but my mum loves the smell of petrol.
Yeah, some people love it.
Yeah, it's weird. Did you ever get that thing though? This is gonna make me sound like such a freak. Like where not nice smells, like you quite enjoy smelling them.
Oh, I see where this is going. What a filthy, disgusting podcast. The joy gender is.
Yeah, but we've really delved. What kind of smells?
I don't know, just like, do you ever, you know, when something, like, you know that thing where something's disgusting?
Yeah.
And they'll go, oh, that's disgusting, smell that.
Uh-huh. But it's almost that like, but you want to keep smelling it.
Yeah, but you're kind of like, is it as bad? Oh, it is as bad as I think.
Well, sometimes it's all to do with your brain, right? And you're like, sometimes if something's really disgusting, you can be like, is that disgusting, or is that just my electrical signals telling my brain that that's disgusting? Maybe I can get my electrical signals to say that it's really nice. And then you're like, I think I could try and because there's nothing's happening. I'm just going, that doesn't smell nice. But I'm going like, it's just, I could make it smell nice if I just had the will.
Yeah, you could Darren Brown your way into eating stuff.
So I'm not weird.
No, I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do know what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I love how this is the joy section.
This is the joy section. We've gone YouTube into.
But that's what happens if I have a food that I find challenging to eat, which is not very often because I quite like all food. I will be like, some people like this. Someone likes this. So why can't you try and like get over the mental hump of trying to eat this?
Yeah. Are you a big foodie?
Yeah, I like food. Yeah, I have it like 3 times a day.
As many as that.
Yeah, as many as sometimes.
Call yourself an artist.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
What's your
Starving artist, and yet here I am eating breakfast, lunch, dinner.
What's your favourite type of food?
Oh god, that's really hard, isn't it? I like
haggis.
I love disgusting food. Cheese maggots is my number one. No, I love spaghetti bolognese. I feel like I can eat that forever. I mean, I've talked about it through a whole podcast before, but
about spaghetti bolognese.
Yeah,
it's like a comfort food.
Yeah. It's my number one favorite food. I can make it really well as well, and you can just eat so much of it in one go. I love it. You can just.
Do you put peas in it or no?
No, don't put peas in it. But
peas in a spaghetti bolognese.
Put peas in spaghetti bolognese.
It's cool. They used to put beans in it.
Psychos.
They used to put French, French beans on the side at school. Yeah, so I kind of affinity for that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Even though I know it doesn't make any sense.
Not a fan of spag bol.
You know?
So I don't like it. No.
Oh, do you? Because that's another thing that I put bacon in.
That might make it better. I'd maybe eat it if I had bacon in it.
I put a little
I don't
pancetta in it.
I don't really like tomato pasta. Really.
Okay,
like,
so my one's not got much tomato in it.
Okay.
It's like
just
like a
dry
mincy.
pasta.
It's dry. Yeah, it's not got anything in it.
Beans.
Yeah, it's baked beans and pasta. Yeah. It's my spaghetti. I say it's my version of.
But
what
I
that
probably grew up eating the ones that was like the concentrate that you get in the tubes of like tomato concentrate, and then it's that when actually good spaghetti bolognese should be very light and fresh. I did have one in Italy, and that was quite nice.
Yeah.
But I don't gravitate towards it.
That's weird. You ordered spaghetti bolognese.
Oh
in
no, I
Italy?
didn't. My husband did, and I was like,
about to say.
"Give me a try of yours. I'm not ordering this myself."
That's another thing. Like to get back to your YouTube thing.
Yeah.
Is that if I'm on YouTube, I'm watching a lot of food porn.
Yeah.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of food vlogs too.
Yeah.
Mark Wiens, Mikey Chen, all these. I don't know. These guys.
Exclusively males.
Do you mean? Yeah. I mean, yeah. There are a few women that are doing it, but it's also like there's a lot of food. Like, you mean like food challenges? Or do you mean like vlogs?
No, I just mean like just people making food. Just,
People making food.
Yeah, just
Okay.
people making just like
Well or bad, like anything.
usually good because usually I'm looking for ideas because as somebody has to like make dinner, you know, for child, like you kind of run out. And I used to hate my biggest pet peeve. I don't know if you guys were like this when you were growing up, but like I used to start hating foods, and it wasn't because I actually didn't like the food. It's because you got it every Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like, and then you just started to like be like, oh, I can't.
Yeah.
Like, and which is one of the reasons I went vegetarian as a teenager, because I was just like, I can't eat spaghetti bolognese again, or I can't. It was actually mince and potatoes.
That was me as
My
well.
mum and dad had fallen out, and my mum just made like mince and potatoes, and she obviously just went like she made enough for a week and was just like every day. And
brutal.
That's when I decided I wasn't eating meat anymore, and I was a vegetarian for about 7 years off the back of that.
Just potatoes. Just potatoes. Yeah. Double the potatoes.
But yeah, so I'm always looking for like ideas. I follow a lot of people on Instagram, which is like just like pimp my lunch and all that sort of
Right.
thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I watch a different nature of food content. It's like people trying to eat as much as they can in like 10 minutes or whatever it is.
yeah.
Do you know? There's a guy. Yeah. There's a load of guys.
There's quite a
who
lot of
do.
guys that are doing it.
There's a few women, but it's mostly men who just stuff in their faces. They're going around like they do tours. They're like national tours of countries where they go to like a different restaurant in a different state or whatever in America. They'll just sit there, eat like literally 6 pounds of hot dogs, whatever it is,
Yeah.
or like Chinese food, and then they'll just be like, and that's me done. Pick up $50 and a free T-shirt.
Wow.
That can't be good for you.
No, they're dying early.
Yeah,
Sure, they're dying early.
But great content.
Yeah, but
It's
great
not there.
content. Watching someone just absolutely smash down what is like basically a plate of food for a family of 12.
Yeah, I've seen the one
Crazy.
that's like, is that the Heart Attack Grill in Vegas, I think, and it's like the biggest hamburger or whatever, and it's
Yeah.
like 12 hamburger, and people do it and they eat it in like 45 minutes. And
I've
it's-
watched the people who do like the really hot chicken wings,
Oh yeah,
like the ones that you're like, you're now going to hospital because you've given yourself an ulcer, mate. That's like ulcer inducing.
Yeah, I know.
Crazy.
People, my brother had the hottest curry ever. I think at once he had like a spoon of. He had like not even a spoon of it. He had like a taste of a bit that off a spoon, and he was like out of action for like the whole day. It was here in the city. It was like there was like a festival, like a spice festival, and he went, and yeah, he like literally had like a tiny bit. I think there was a woman who had a spoon of it and had to go to hospital.
oh my
Shit.
Yeah, but she won. Don't know what she won, but it wasn't worth it.
Oh, she won a
Yeah.
trip to A&E.
yeah. To see some nice, meet some nice new doctors.
I just don't know if there's anything. You know these other ones where like people hold on to a car and shit. You know, like
Hold
they've
onto
got
a
to
car?
put, yeah, you've got to put your hand on a car.
Oh, and the last person
and then the
holding
last
it
person
wins.
holding the car wins
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff. So all that sort of crazy American.
That's how I got rid of my Honda Jazz. I was like, yeah, just and I was like, anyone can take that.
You don't even have to stand, but just walk past it. It's
Yeah,
yours.
throw the keys into someone else's house. That's yours. Deal with that.
Have you ever done a food competition?
I once did one. Yeah, I once did one. I failed. They're really hard. You've got to like prepare for them. Like
Which
you've
one
got.
did you do? What was it you were eating?
It was in this city. It was in Edinburgh. I can't remember where it was. It was like, I think it was at that place that kind of looks like a medieval castle that's like haunted. You know what I mean?
The whole of Edinburgh.
Yeah.
That does not narrow it
I know,
down.
that's
It was
Other
everywhere.
cities that would narrow it down, but now we're like,
I think
where?
it's like a themed restaurant.
Oh,
Do you know what I
okay.
mean? It's like a Frankenstein-y kind of vibe outside
Alright,
of
okay.
it. I can't remember where it is, but there was like this big. It was like I think it was like a burrito that was really big, and yeah, I couldn't do it. Obviously, like I hadn't trained for it. Like there's like techniques to doing it. You've got to like eat a certain amount and then fast for a certain amount of time, so you're really hungry, but your stomach is really stretched out, but also you're really hungry as well.
Wow.
You've got to think about it. I mean, I just don't. I thought I was arrogant.
You're like, because you look and you go, yeah, I could maybe do that, but actually the amount that they're, yeah.
Well, it's too much. The whole point is this. Yeah, but that's you feel like an idiot because you're sitting there. You're about 2/3 of the way through, and you're like, this is too much food. But they go, that's what the whole point is. I just
do
feel
that
stupid.
with like Indian and Chinese meals on a regular. Where I can't even finish a carry out.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll keep some of that for tomorrow.
And did you win it? Like, was there a prize for finishing this massive burrito? Or was it
Yeah,
just
I didn't. Yeah, there was. I think you get it for free,
Because sometimes, right, okay.
which is not even a prize because
No.
what you've won is just like like you've just got one awful day.
Yeah.
You've won. You're like in the middle of town. You're in a public place. You're so full that you can't move. What have you won?
Yeah.
Like you're just now trapped. You're now trapped in a strange place with strangers who are all clapping at you for no reason whatsoever.
It's just, I remember when I was
Yeah.
in Disneyland when I was 11 or 12, and you know, these big breakfasts that they all have, and I just ate so many pancakes, and I felt so ill, but I was like, I still want to go on the roller coaster. So I went on the roller coaster, vomited on the roller coaster,
God.
and the people in front of me were not best pleased. But yeah, it's just nothing worse when you're just like so full, but you're like, I can keep going. So
You ever tried to eat pancakes with a hangover? That is not easy.
no.
I stupidly ordered
Pancakes not good when you're hungover.
Well, I thought they would be, and it didn't. It just feels like your mouth is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh, the fluffy ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, fluffy pancakes.
It's not good. It's not good. Do you ever watch YouTubes with people hurting themselves? Are you into that?
Do you mean like people falling?
Yeah.
Oh, do you mean on purpose or falling down things by mistake?
Falling down things by mistake. I don't mean,
Do you mean like-
self-harm.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
I'm not like, are you right into the
Do you mean
self-harm?
fail on me? It's like fail, like yeah, like people falling down. I used to watch a lot of that, but then I think it was a bit like I get quite they. So what they often do is they show the clip and then afterwards they go, be like, no one got hurt in this video. I'm like, what I need for that is how about you just put that at the very start of all the videos? Just be like, by the way, no one in this was seriously, because every time you watch someone, like some of them are like people having car crashes that are like they're going off a bridge or something, and then afterwards be like, no one was harmed in that one. You're like, well, tell me before so I can enjoy so I can enjoy the crash at least, because I can't enjoy it unless I know that no one's been hurt. So they should. I feel like for those ones, they never say that. They never say before the video, weirdly, that no one was hurt. So you're just on always edge all the time. And then sometimes you don't see the message and you're like, did that person actually die? Did I just watch a death?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, sometimes it's pretty, like, I don't like those types of videos, but they do come up quite a lot as like suggestions. And sometimes they'll start, sometimes there's ones with animals. Like I saw one the other day, it was like epic animal fails. And it was just lots of animals hurting themselves. And I'm like,
watch this animal get turned into haggis.
So that's what you like, Joy, YouTube videos. Anything else?
No.
That's it.
I like takeaway. I never get takeaway because I think it's naughty. I used to get loads of it, but now I think it's naughty. I cook quite a lot. But sometimes if I crumble, I'll get a takeaway, and the feeling is so good.
What's your takeaway of choice?
Oh man, Indian, probably Indian. I think it's the hardest food to recreate. Like everyone can make a curry, but it's like it's
good curry.
It's curry at home, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like chicken with some sauce, isn't it? You can't recreate the actual curry from a curry house.
Yeah.
So I always love takeaway. I go crazy as well with it. Like I'm also really, so this will freak people out. I have a rice cooker, so I make the rice. So I order the food and then I make the rice so that I don't have to order the rice, so I can get extra things.
Yeah.
But some people really hate that. Some people are like, just...
No, but then also your rice is nice and piping hot as well.
Yeah, and I can make good rice. So like my rice is as good as anyone's that they're sending me. So, but that means for the £4 you've paid for rice, or the £6 sometimes.
That's girl math.
For really,
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because I would be in the camp of, well, is it not so you don't have to cook? But it's not. You're just getting it because
rice cookers. It's easy. It's like cooking right. It's like rice in, water in, and it's done.
Easy.
It's easy.
What's your curry of choice?
If I was to get one curry, it's like literally just chicken tikka masala. Like, I think Indian food, like the takeaway Indian food is the only food where I'm just like, just get me the most bland thing on this goddamn menu. Get me that. I just want something bland. I want something creamy. I don't want to think about it.
Yeah.
Just having, but I think any other cuisine, I'll try something new.
Yeah.
Or trying something different. But with Indian takeaway food, I'm just like, give me slop.
So expensive in the UK, and you're right. It's not that like good. Like Indian's good, Chinese good, but there's lots of like I've not found a good Thai place yet. I've got to get good Thai food in Edinburgh, and like it's just.
That's all three. Let's just do it. Let's start it.
Yeah. Let's
start working on this.
Yeah.
I think this is a good idea if we had any knowledge of. Nice. I'm a big fan of Indian takeaway as well. But like I was saying earlier, I do that thing where you just over order because you want many flavors. Like I just want to try. Do you know that suddenly I become like, we'll get naan bread and we'll get poppadoms and we'll get bhajis and we'll get, and it's
and then you go,
insane.
and then you're like, listen, this will be a meal for tomorrow.
That's it.
Then you're sitting there. 2 hours later, you're like, let's polish off this.
Yes,
let's just let's not stink out the fridge. Yeah. Let's not dishonor the fridge.
Let's just have
and you're like,
you get out of the container, like, I'll just take half because I won't eat it
all.
all. And you go back 45 minutes, I'll just finish that off.
Because in your head, you're like, this takeaway isn't the cost of a takeaway. If you split this in half, that's actually the cost of the takeaway because you're having it for 2 meals.
Yeah.
So it's actually really cheap. No,
cheap.
that's you're having that in one sitting in a way, yeah.
And then that brings us nicely onto Jay's Joy Killers. Oh, look, you've put a little.
I know.
Look at that.
Call me a Canva queen.
You Canva the shit.
Oh my god, you guys!
I've added text.
You did.
Look
put
at
some
me
text
go.
in the corner.
I have. Just thought I'd spice it up,
Wow.
It's crazy. How
We're
much?
very easily abused on this podcast with a bit of text in the corner.
It's absolutely crazy, guys. That's crazy.
I'm available for Fringe posters, guys. If anybody is wanting it, I can do 3 letters, 3 words.
3 words. What kills your joy, Huge? What is the thing that kills your joy?
Oh God, I remember my neighbour I had once was the worst neighbour of all time. Well, she wasn't really bad. It was just like all they would do in their free time is have sex loudly and play the violin.
Oh my God. What a combination.
Do you know what I mean? No, it's like, yeah.
At
like,
the same time?
No, like one would stop and then the other one would start again. And it's like they couldn't play the violin. By the way, if you learn the violin, don't stop. Stop learning. It's the time has passed for you.
You don't really think of violinists as shaggers either. Like you would have
I
thought.
know. Yeah, you think that you were like, oh, thank God, this person's a virgin. But these guys were having like, and I'd hate to be crude on that, like they were having sex in a way that no one's ever had sex. It was you know, like just screaming. It's like from a film or something where like the joke is that you'd never hear sex like that ever again. It was like every morning they'd do it before work. They'd scream and they'd scream and they'd scream, and then at night, I think they had a baby at one point too. They put the baby to bed. Baby's screaming too. Don't worry about that. Then baby's to bed. Oh, what is it? 11 o'clock? Is it? Oh, is it 11 o'clock? Is it? All time to start practicing the violin. Jesus Christ.
No.
There's no instrument on this entire planet which you could practice that sounds worse than the violin. You know, like even with piano, I used to be a piano teacher. Practicing the piano, you can get your head around it. You're like, it's annoying after a while. Maybe like if for like 45 minutes, you're like kind of like, from the first second of someone playing a violin badly, you're like, stop.
It's just brutal.
It is hard.
When you said that, I was like, oh, you know, I've had some quite bad neighbours. And then you said having to live in violin. I was like, no, you've won. That is a horrendous
they were the
combination,
worst.
though. What an actual.
And were they in a flat? Or were
They
they
were above me in the flat, so they were right above me.
Oh my God. And how old were they?
I'd never met them. I think I knew who they were, but you can never be sure in crossing. And I was just like, I just hated them so much. I tried to. We were friends with some good people on our block. I was just hoping it wasn't them. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because I was like, if it's these
Did any
people,
of them play the violin? That would have been your first clue.
Well, that would be. I almost didn't want to know, just in case I was like,
oh no,
it's you, because then I have to call them out.
I'd be in. I'd be like, do you play any instruments?
Can you imagine that? Because why am I asking that?
Like, oh, but you've got the perfect excuse. You'd be like, oh, I play piano.
Yeah.
Do you play any instrument?
Yeah, I play it sort of quite well. That's weird. You know what I do? I do it like before everyone's gone to bed. I'm with headphones on.
And did you ever go up and confront them?
No, I've never been up there.
But, I mean,
Never was up there.
what I would really love is that they weren't either playing violin or having sex, so they were just screaming. Just with existential dread.
Yeah.
And just watching YouTube videos of violins getting played badly.
Yeah, sure.
Just it was like some sort of was it like aversion therapy? That is pretty grim.
Yeah, I hated that. That killed my joy. I lived there for 3 years now. That whole
and were
time.
they having sex every morning the whole time?
Yeah,
they were, and
they weren't getting any better at the violin.
Who's having sex every day?
Every day.
Are you having sex every day?
Absolutely not.
Are you having sex every day?
No, man.
No, I'm not.
Who is?
George, you having sex every day? No.
Sorry, George is having sex right now. George is having sex. You can't hear on the podcast and you can't see it on the YouTube, but
You'd be
I'm
exhausted.
sorry, I'm saying it. I'm calling it out. Like, who's having sex every day?
I was with someone who said that they said that if they weren't having sex every day, they thought the relationship was bad.
No.
That
And then
person
I got-
is insane.
And then I was, then you go out with that person, you're like, okay. Yeah.
It sounds good in theory.
Yeah, but
we've all been there like, oh,
Here we go. But then
I'm going to shag every day this holiday. No, I'm not. You know that.
Yeah.
it's just because the endurance that you would need, and it's like, no, every day it's like you'd be exhausted. They clearly weren't doing it very well if they were doing
Also,
it every.
first thing in the morning.
I know.
But that's the thing. She sounded like, it's almost like, are you having a bad time? Sometimes you go like, you're right. Like, do you know what I mean? Is everything okay? Are you having a panic attack upstairs? It's like a panic attack.
Did you never like hit the roof like Mr.
No.
Freckles
Sometimes
style?
I try and like be as like, I'll just do normal things loudly to know that I can hit. You know, you'll be like, oh, that's where my charger is. That loudly. So you go, you'll be like, oh yeah. So yeah, if that man alone talking to himself in his room can be overheard, then surely they can hear me screaming at the moon
Wow.
You know, whatever. Yeah,
That is brutal.
yeah.
Also screaming every day, so orgasm every day?
Ugh,
It's almost too much, mate.
too much.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. You can do that for the first 3 weeks of a relationship.
And then you're
we
like,
all
let's
do that,
just
but
take a
let's
breath.
calm down.
Yeah.
And then having the energy to be like, right, better practice the violin.
Furious when you've got someone over too. In the morning, and then you hear that, and you're like, yeah. No, she is ill. Actually, I think she's unwell. That's not normal, is it? People are meant to make those sort of noises, are they? She'd be like, no, that's weird.
That is weird.
That is weird. She's a creep. We should arrest her. Lock her up.
Anything killing your joy this week?
Oh, well, one thing that's killing my joy is I have a moose loose about my house.
There seems to be a lot of mice. It must be the time of mice. I keep reading about
I thought it was
it.
a Canadian one. I thought
Okay,
you meant like, yeah, that would be
giant
annoying.
moose
Yeah, that
storm
would be dead
about
annoying.
my one bed flat. It's a fucking nightmare. No, it was the other day. I was just doing some work and the sun caught my eye and it came shooting out from my cupboard because I screamed. Didn't know what. And then so my thought was like, right, so I got a saucepan from the kitchen to see if I could like trap it. But it disappeared again. Then I saw it later on. And
You
then
need to go around with what's that stuff that you use to scrub the floor? Your wire wool.
what
Yeah,
does
so
that
you,
do?
what you stuff up any holes or anything like because it'll get through because mice can get through like things like that
Yeah.
small and you stuff it with wire wool.
Okay.
I had a mouse in my house. It was really bad. It was in the kitchen. Every day it would drop on my head. Maybe do a creme brulee. just a bit of fun, isn't it? Just a bit of a laugh. Every day. Every
I love
day.
that.
Go.
Yeah.
Put me off my dinner.
I used to have mice, but they used to help me get ready in the morning. It was great.
Wait, is this a rivalry you've been having with this mouse for a long time?
No, it's recent. It's only like 2 weeks ago. I seen it for the first time.
Yeah.
So it's a new.
You need alone of a cat, mate.
There's cats in my building, so obviously not doing a very good job.
No, but you just go and get. They probably don't have like. So I used to. We never had mice in our flat, but next door would have it, and she would come in and ask to borrow the cat, and the cat would go, and as soon as they smell it, they're like out.
So this is our last little segment we do, which is called Hannah's Headlines. There's text on that as well.
Look at you, you've been busy.
So basically, I just
2 words on that one.
I know. And I've
Not
lost my
quite the
touch.
3 of the last.
Yeah, but that's got an
But
outline
you
on it. Look it up.
through. Look at it.
So I just bring in a story that's brought me joy or piques my interest. So this week's story I brought in is that in the UK we now officially have the world's oldest woman.
Yeah.
She's
Ethel. I knew she was
Ethel.
going to be called Ethel.
Ethel, she's 115 years old. So she's now the oldest person in the world. After there was a Brazilian nun. She was 116. She died. So now Ethel's taken the mantle up, which is very exciting. And
Celebrating her 115th birthday on August 24, she said she didn't know why there was all this fuss.
yeah,
It's because she doesn't know what's going on.
she probably
She has no idea what's going on. You know?
So yeah,
She's looking not bad for 115.
She is looking
by the
not
way.
bad for 115.
I think that with all the people that are always you surprise, you know, when you like, it's like with the oldest people in the world, you see them and you expect to see like something that doesn't look like a human.
Yeah, but
But
actually,
she looks like
she looks like 90.
not a day over 99.
Yeah,
No,
she looks,
seriously, I've seen 70-year-olds
Yeah.
in parts of
Yeah.
Glasgow that look worse than that.
and she's still, cognizant, and she's still up and about. But it was
That's actually a video. She's completely frozen.
yes, the whole time.
Yeah.
She has no idea. She's having a stroke.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a nun in Brazil that was 116, and it's quite good that Ethel's got it now, because I was thinking, well, God, does that mean is God keeping the nun alive? Do we all need to be nuns to live this long? But actually, now Ethel's got it. And she's
Would
just
you
a normal
want- Do you know
lady
what she
from
had
Surrey.
the-
Boy, I lived to 100.
What was her
see.
job?
Do
you know?
she lived abroad for a while, and then no is the answer. I don't know her job.
Okay, cool. All right.
But I think she moved around a lot, and then she lived in Asia for a while, I think, and then she came back here. But imagine everything 1910 she was born. Imagine everything she's seen. 2 world wars.
She's probably had enough, mate.
I know. The
Yeah, I'm
internet.
sick of it.
I know. I don't think I'd like to live that old.
What another form of medium? Like another TV show.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how many years you'd be like, oh, another TV show, is it? Gee, all the things I have to catch up on. God. You know?
But yeah.
115, I don't know. And everybody that you cared about would be dead. You'd have to...
Listen, she outlived her husband and her 2 children, so I was quite
Oh,
sad.
no.
Yeah.
I lived her 2 kids.
Uh-huh. So that was
God.
just
That's grim.
that's quite brutal. So yeah, I just don't know if you'd. I mean, if you could stop aging and live like this for another 90 years, that'd be fun. But I just don't know if I'd like
She's still
to.
smiling though.
She is.
I don't think I've got the time for that. To just hang around for that long.
Yeah.
It's too much to, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, should we cap it at like 70? Should we just cap it? Yeah, 70.
70's quite young.
Nah, not for me.
No, is that enough?
Nah, not with my running. No, I've never run before in my life. No, I just think, I don't know. Also, you'd be so overwhelmed by all the things that are like overtaking you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, to keep up with everything. I mean, like, for now, you can't like do anything without a phone. Like, my dad's a thing of being like, you know, he's just trying to like buy a train ticket, and it's like, where you know, for him, it's like impossible task now. Like, whatever those kind of things are.
Yeah.
At this age, you would be like, somebody like, so you haven't got a VR headset for that? You're like, what?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think I get so overwhelmed by all the things I had to keep up on, catch up on.
Totally.
You know?
And you would just get so overwhelmed with all the
She doesn't know what
technology.
contactless is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Do you know what I
Or
mean?
maybe
she doesn't even know what a bank card
Maybe
is.
she's totally with it.
Maybe she's on TikTok. Who
Maybe
knows?
she's on
Maybe
TikTok, yeah.
she's on trending.
Maybe
she's
she's like
hashtagging
Dick
her.
Van Dyke in it.
Maybe.
Because Dick Van Dyke's like 99
Yeah.
and is like
Still.
in films, tap dancing,
Yeah.
friggin' he does 100 push-ups every day, Dick Van Dyke.
I don't know if I believe that.
No, well, I believe in Dick. Why would Dick lie? Why
I
would
bet his
Dick lie,
posture's-
Hannah?
100 push-ups. That's a lot. And he's quite.
He's
I bet his
99.
form's not good.
His form's
Yeah,
probably
exactly.
not.
I bet everyone's, if you've
He's
got
very
a PT
tall.
in there, they'd be like,
What?
you're not even touching the
Does
floor.
he do it on his knees?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Pathetic. What a pathetic man, honestly.
How dare he?
I hope you listen to this. You're
He's
pathetic.
a big fan.
Wow. Well,
So, yeah,
happy birthday, Ethel.
Exactly.
Well done, Ethel. And can I just say, one of
really-
the oldest names ever.
Literally.
If you're going to be called Ethel, you're going to be 115.
I just really hope she doesn't die before this episode comes out. I'm sure
Yeah.
it'll be fine. Otherwise, that's going to be a bit awkward.
It will be
Yeah.
a bit awkward. I mean, this episode will be on for all time. So,
Yeah.
depending on when you're watching this,
That's true.
Ethel may well be dead.
Felicians.
And if so, rest in peace. Rest in peace,
Exactly.
Ethel.
Rest in
Pour
peace.
one out for a good price.
Yeah, pull one out. Pull one out for Ethel.
Cool.
Huge. Where can people find you if they still want to?
Oh my goodness. On Instagram.
Yeah.
On Instagram, Huge Davies. It's got all my information on there. My
On
website,
there.
that kind
Great
of
to see
thing.
you. And where are you at the Fringe?
I'm at Whistle Binkies at 2:45.
Nice.
Lovely. Great.
It'll be
You
good
get
fun.
You get anything to punt?
Not really, just the Fringe, as we always punt at the end. I'm at the Fringe, 420 Blether at the Gilded Balloon Powder House.
I am also at the Fringe, oofed at the Stand Comedy Club. So a total brain fart there. The Stand Comedy Club, 5 o'clock,
Great.
Stand 1. So
Fabulous.
yeah, you won't see any posters because
No
I had
posters.
a mental
Oh
breakdown.
yeah, for sure. For
But
sure.
we'll all be putting our fake posters up, so it'll look great.
Yeah. I think we should just get one with the three of us. Just. Thank you for listening.
Anyway, thank you so much for coming on the
Thanks for
pod,
having me,
Huge.
guys. I
Yeah,
appreciate
thank you
it.
for having it. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming on
It's
the
my
pod.
podcast. It is my podcast.
You did take over.
I did take over.
That is
yeah.
true. And yeah, thank you so much for listening.
Bye bye.
See you.